Good evening. Today we'll discuss about science changes around us lesson. I'll present the screen now. Are you able to watch my screen now? Is no? My screen is not coming to you. Okay, na? No, just a minute. Okay, just a minute. Signal problem undi. Kada. Present screen. Start presenting. Okay, is it coming? Okay. Yes. First lesson in this is changes around us. Lesson will select. Okay, na? Changes around us. What is actually change meaning? What is the meaning of change? Change means become different. Become different. Becoming different. So in this manner we can understand that become different means that may be physical state. That means solid, liquid, gas, anything. Solid state to liquid, liquid to solid. Change in state. Solid to liquid, liquid to gas. Any change we can observe. That is physical change. And another one, maybe size increase or decrease. That is also physical change. Shape, shape decrease or shape of that object, round, square, rectangle, anyway shape of the object, circular. So that is shape. Change in shape and color, change in color. These are all the changes we can observe in our surroundings. Yes, these are all the changes. And under these, some are permanent and some are temporary. If we burn a cloth, if we burn a cloth, at that time what will happen? The cloth will completely burns out. We cannot make the new one from that. Again, cloth we cannot make from that. That is permanent. Permanent change. And coming to the temporary change, temporary means we can re-gets back that one. For example, if we boil water, it will be very hot, and after certain time that water vapor will goes out and water will decrease, water level will decrease, and what will happen? That water again reaches to the ground after condensation like a rainfall, or else ice will consider. Ice cubes will take and will boil that one, we will heat that one, then it will melt into water. And again if we freeze that one after cool down, if we freeze that one into fridge, again ice will come. So re gets back. That is temporary change. Again not permanent. We can change that one, or else temporary. A certain time only it will be. If we ice state, how it will be? If we freeze it into fridge and again if we kept outside, again it will become as water. Temporary, not permanent. Outside atmosphere is different, inside of the fridge that atmosphere is different, so that is temporary, not permanent. Okay, not permanent. And the permanent, and here reversible and irreversible is also like that, Nana. Reversible and irreversible changes become different. Here we can observe, see, changes become different, and some are permanent changes and some are temporary changes. Under these natural changes and man-made changes also there, Nana. Natural means those are happening naturally. Not a human being is doing. Not a human being is not doing anything. Those are natural changes. For example, seasons are changing. And according to the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So in that manner, so many changes are happening from daytime to night time. Yes, year to year, summer to winter, winter to likewise, winter to summer. Then afterwards, rainy season will come. Again, winter will come. In this manner, naturally changes are happening. Those are repeated changes. Yes, and after a certain period of time those are again occurring. So in that manner, some are natural changes and some are man-made. Whatever we are eating, water, boiling water, and we are cooking rice, these all are the man-made changes. We are making those changes. Natural means naturally, by scientifically, naturally they are happening. So in that manner, so from that also some are permanent and some are temporary, and some are again repeated, some are. Summer again will come at the same month, March. At the same again March will reach means summer will come again. So in that manner, repeating manner, every day 12 o'clock will comes every day in the watch. So in that manner, we can observe the changes, natural changes and man-made changes, artificial, man-made, and some are permanent in under that. What are the examples? Permanent changes examples. Any example can you say? Permanent change and any example for temporary change and other than what I told? Can you say permanent change? Any example? Permanent. That is permanent. We cannot change it. We cannot get back again. What are those? Permanently, once we changed means it is permanent. What is that? For example, curd, milk to curd we are preparing. Permanent or temporary? Repeatedly we are doing that one. And whatever we are doing, for example, if we mix permanent means if we are building if we are building if we built a building at that time, we cannot make again that into sand separate. All we cannot do. That is permanent change. We mixed and we changed the shape of that cement and all shapes we are mixing and we are forming a new one. We cannot re-get back it. Yes, and we burnt a cloth. At that time, we cannot re-get back. That is permanent. We cannot change again. Not temporary. Yes, and temporary means this ice is the one example. Ice is one example, and another one is sugar. Sugar, if we melt that one by heating, liquid will comes. Again, if we cool down that one, again crystals will form. Yes, in that manner we can observe the temporary changes. And beneficial, some are beneficial, under that some are harmful. Some changes are useful for us. For example, curd we prepared, that is benefit for us. That change is benefit for us. And harmful means harmful. Uh, Mold formed on bread. Yes, mold formed on bread. Bread will damage at that time. We cannot get goodness from that. Yes, mold on bread పాడైపోయిందనుకో, we cannot use that one. Harmful that one is. If we eat that one means we'll get food poison. Food poison happening to us. So in that manner, some are harmful and some are useful. For example, infections will happen on our skin and all. Dermatology related problems will happen due to that changes only. Chemical change or physical change, anything if we happen, if we get like that, we'll get harmful effects from that. Some are harmful. For example, refining of fruits. Refining of fruits, from that we are getting so many things by refining of fruits. Maza and all we are getting from mango refining. Yes, and some juice, fruit juices, jams we are preparing from that. So in that manner we can get beneficial changes. And coming to the harmful changes, such as spoiling of cooked food. Spoiling of cooked food, harmful change. If we eat that one means we'll get we may get food poisoning. So in that manner, some are harmful. And coming to the reversible and irreversible changes. That ice example is suitable for this also, Nana. While we are eating, it will become as water, and again if we freeze means it will become as ice. Reversible and irreversible. దీని నుంచి దానికి చేంజ్ చేయొచ్చు, అగైన్ దాని నుంచి దీనికి చేయొచ్చు. వాట్ ఎవర్ పర్మనెంట్ చేంజ్ I told, that is irreversible, permanent change. Cotton to ash we prepared and that completely burnt out. Yes, ashes will come. We cannot re-get back that one. Reverse చేయలేం మళ్ళీ. As cotton to ash చేసాం, but ash to again we cannot get. And this curd, milk to curd we can prepare. Again curd to milk we cannot prepare. But ice to water we can, water to ice we can. Reverse also we can change. Yes, reverse also we can change. So that is reversible. Meaning is that ice example is suitable for that. Irreversible means we cannot get reverse change. Solid to liquid and liquid to again solid. That is, those type of changes are reversible changes. Irreversible means we cannot re-get back and we cannot change one to another. Reverse direction kuda cheyadam ravali. those are comes under reversible changes. Ice to water, here they have given, and some activities also they have given. And for example, if we blow a balloon, if we blow it into it, take a balloon and blow into it, so what do you observe? Does the size again big size it will happens. If we remove that air inside of that, again small size of balloon will forms. Yes, if we blow it with air, at that time the size of that balloon will be more, big size to small size, small to big. So in that manner, that is reversible change. Is it correct? And if we fold a paper and again we can unfold it. Yes, again we can unfold it. That is irreversible or reversible. If we make by using a paper, if we made a boat, and again we can remove that all foldings and we can form a normal paper. That is also reversible. Yes, and making chapati, duff of wheat flour and rolling a pin and board some wheat flour. So chapati we made already. Heat already we eat. We cannot make again the re-get. We cannot re-get back that duff after heating. Okay, and that is permanent. Not that is irreversible. Irreversible means one side only. Only one way we can do. Yes, duff to chapati we prepared, and we cannot re-get back that again. Reshape chayalem dani. Rolled shape back into the duff ball is example of reversible. Heat చేయక ముందైతే reversible. Heat చేసిన తర్వాత we cannot re-get back that into round shape. Okay, that is permanent, this is temporary, and that is irreversible, this is reversible. Irreversible change, about that also here some they have given. So as some activities, and activity 5 is based on that what? A piece of paper, a pair of scissors, and take a piece of paper, draw a aeroplane on it and cut along its outline. The cutout no longer resembles the original sheet of paper. We cannot get, after cutting of paper we cannot get the original piece. We cannot attach those pieces again. Cut chesina pieces ni malli attach cheyalem kada. So in that manner, your activity 6 is what you told. Very good. Okay na, that only they have given here, activity 6. And whatever I told, burning of cotton cloth or burning of paper, we cannot re-get back that paper again. Those are also irreversible changes. Some changes are permanent and some are temporary and some are reversible, irreversible. Both are same only, but examples you have to give and you have to explain according to whatever we are using. Permanent word we are using means reversible or irreversible. Irreversible. Permanent means irreversible. Temporary means reversible. So in that manner you have to explain. Here some they have given a dry egg to boiled egg. We can reverse it? No. We cannot get back again normal egg. Raw egg we cannot get. So permanent change. That one is reversed. Can be reversed or not? Irreversed, not reversed. We cannot re-get that raw egg again. And stretching of rubber band. Again if we lose it, it will become as normal. Size will become as normal. And breaking of a tie. Breaking of a toy. We cannot get again. According to screws and all we have means at that time we can, but by breaking we cannot reverse. No. And melting of wax. Yes, after melting and again with normal temperature it will become as again solid. Liquid to solid and solid to liquid. We can make that one. And but this is physical change. Melting of wax is physical change. And bud to flower. No. Reversible or irreversible? Flower, and flower to bud also will come. No. And milk to paneer. Reversible, irreversible. Once paneer we made means we cannot make again from that paneer to milk cheyalem kada. So irreversible. And cow dung to biogas. Biogas to cow dung malli radu. Dung to biogas we will get, but biogas to dung we cannot get. So irreversible. Painting on a drawing sheet. Once we painted means normal sheet we cannot remove that one again. Normal ga malli white paper to painted paper chesesam. Malli normal white paper we cannot get. By recycling we can get sometimes recycling, but color will change. Yes, whatever we have we've written, that papers again recyclable. Study materials all black in color. How those are? Some books will be different in color. Those are recycled one. So in that manner we can understand. In further classes you are going to study about those. And here some are physical changes. Only physical state and these are most probably reversible. In such a change, physical properties of the substance undergo change. Only physical properties. Physical properties what? Size, shape, state, color. These all are physical properties. Okay, by external look we can observe some physical properties. Chemical change means that is permanent, irreversible, and new substances also formed with different properties. New substances, for example, for this, stick burns. If we burn a stick, black color smoke will comes. Yes, if we burn a cloth, black ashes will come. So that is chemical change. And here they given burning of a candle. Did you got any doubt on the basis of this? Burning of a candle, a physical or chemical change? Let us find out what happens when a candle burns. When we ignite it with a matchstick, the wick of the candle starts burning. So this gives off heat and light. This gives off heat and light at the same time. And due to the heat produced, the wax near the wick melt and forms a liquid wax. This is physical change only. And the liquid wax is pulled up near the flame of the wick. Pulled up near the flame of the wick. Again it will melt. And if we kept aside, after certain time it will become as again solid. So the liquid wax into wax vapor is also a physical change. These all are physical changes. State of that will change again. Now the wax vapor burns to keep the flame up. The burning of the wax vapor is chemical change. Wax vapor, ashes will come. Okay, and this wax to liquid melt avadam undi kada, wax to liquid and liquid to wax, that is physical change only. And by burning of that wax, some ashes will comes from that. Yes, white color as smoke type. So that is chemical change. Why? Because new product uh, is there. New product is there. So the heat of the flame continues result in shortening of the length of the candle. The burning of wax paper is a chemical change. If we pour that wax on the paper at that time, some different order of smell will comes, and also that those ashes will come. So normal candle wax to liquid to again solid, and wax to wax vapor. So these all are physical changes only. And by burning of that wax paper, wax we are the paper whatever we are burning, which is covered with wax. So that is chemical change. Why? Because ashes will come. Ash is the new substance formed. ఏదైనా న్యూ సబ్స్టెన్స్ ఫామ్ అయితే దట్ ఈస్ కమ్స్ అండర్ కెమికల్ చేంజ్. కెమికల్ చేంజ్ అంటే ఖచ్చితంగా ఒక న్యూ సబ్స్టెన్స్ ఏదైనా ఫామ్ అవ్వాలి. దట్ ఈస్ కెమికల్ చేంజ్. And another examples also you can say for chemical change. What are the chemical changes? Rusting of iron. So at that time color will change and the new substance will form on that iron top of that surroundings. Iron place lo వేరే సబ్స్టెన్స్ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది కదా. సో దట్ ఈస్ వేరే కలర్ సబ్స్టెన్స్ విల్ release from that. Yes, color we can observe on the floor also sometimes. Under the cylinder, gas cylinder, we can observe that spots, brown color spots. That is the new substance formed there by rusting of iron. That is chemical change. Rusting of iron is chemical change. And conversion of milk into curd, chemical or physical? Milk into curd. Yes, milk into curd. Chemical change only. Why? Because their new substance is formed. Lactobacillus bacteria will increase. That is due to the formation of bacteria. For lukewarm water we are adding milk, not water. For lukewarm milk we are adding some cheese. Yes, some amount of curd we are adding. So ఆ curd లో మనకి lactobacillus bacteria is there. Lactobacillus, LACTOBACILLICUS. So that bacteria small content will after 3-4 hours it will become as more bacteria will increase. 10 bacteria 100 times, like that it will increase. So new substance is bacteria there. Bacteria ani manam increase chestunna kada, due to that new thing will form. That is chemical change, Nana. Milk into curd is chemical and permanent change. Okay, na? Permanent, irreversible change. Okay, na? Chemical change understandable to you? Is it okay for you? Why? Because of bacteria growth. Okay, bacteria, increasing level of bacteria. Due to that increasing bacteria only we are getting curd. Small amount of curd we are adding to lukewarm water. The entire milk will become as curd after 3-4 hours. And this is very slow process. Yes, 3-4 hours time it will take. And burning of candle, burning of paper also will release black color smoke, carbon dioxide like. Yes, black color smoke will come. That new substance formed means that is permanent change and chemical change. All chemical changes are permanent, irreversible. Physical changes are temporary and reversible. Okay, na? And burning of candle, physical or chemical change. Wax which is melting, and again it will become a solid, liquid and a vapor. These all are physical changes only. While we are uh, burning a wax paper, some smoke will comes from that. That is chemical change. Okay, na? Explain in this manner. Natural and man made changes. First only I told about this. First only I told. And some changes occur naturally without any kind of human interaction. Natural means growth of plants. They are growing naturally. Seasons will come. Day and night. Yes, earth is revolving around the sun. Yes, earth is revolving around the sun. Due to that we are getting day and night. And coming to that, moon is revolving around the earth. And after 15 days we are getting that uh, two things. What are the Paurnami and Amavasya? Like that we are getting. So in that manner, those all are natural changes we are getting. For example, growth of the plants. These all are natural changes. Rain falling, storms, thunderstorms, and all are comes under natural changes. And some are man-made or uh, some are man-made changes. What are the man-made changes? Before we have discussed whatever those physical and chemical changes, those all are comes under man-made changes only. And here physical change we have discussed, chemical change we have discussed, natural change we have discussed, uh, irreversible. Irreversible changes, about changes in substances bring here change caused due to the expansion and contraction. And what are the conditions favoring for a change? This we will discuss now. What are the conditions favoring for changes means here some conditions are, if we toothpaste tube is squeezed at that time the shape of that tube will changes. In that manner, compression means balloon. If we blow air into the balloon, so if we compress it will break out and the air will comes out. So that change చేయడానికి help అయింది ఏంటి అక్కడ compression. Yes, strike a matchstick. So for getting glowing of matchstick we have to strike it on that matchbox, then only it will be glow. So some conditions are suitable like that. And what do you observe? The matchstick ignites if gives the out heat and light. Also, matchstick has also burn completely. It leaves behind ash. And is it reversible or irreversible? Irreversible change. Once we burnt a matchstick, we cannot get again a normal matchstick. Is the change caused due to the rubbing between the two surfaces? Some conditions, some force, heating, cooling. These are all the conditions. So while we are eating water, water vapor will comes. So changes ki whatever the conditions are favorable, force apply cheyadam by compressing. Force we are applying for changing the shape of the, for example, flower we can observe. So if we press it, what will happen? By our force, our hand force, that will be change. Change occur due to the force, due to the heating, cooling and mixing. By mixing also we can get change. How can we get by mixing? If we pour some amount of curd into lukewarm water, by mixing only we are changing. Chemical change, that is by mixing. For example, if we pour some salt into milk, at that time milk will be broken. Yes, salt వేస్తే బ్రోక్ అవుతుంది. By mixing also chemical change, that is also chemical change. We cannot get back again milk రాదు కదా మనకు బ్రేక్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత, మిల్క్ పాడైపోయిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ నార్మల్ మిల్క్ రాదు కదా. సో బై మిక్సింగ్ ఆల్సో, బై కూలింగ్, by over cooling what will happen? Freezing. By freezing we can get a change, liquid to solid will get by freezing. So by cooling, by heating, how we are cooking our food? That is also a change. Rice to normal raw rice to cooked rice we are preparing. How we are? By heating. That is also a change. So due to the heating, force, compression, cooling and mixing, these are all the favorable conditions to change. A change. And change caused due to expansion and contraction. Heating and cooling can also bring about changes in substances. Iron, some metals that can be molded into different shapes by heating, by overheating, iron will become as iron will become as different shapes. We can make different shapes. How those people will form that welding and all, you observed welding shops and all, there they will eat more and more iron. By overheating they will change the shapes. According to that only they will preparing so many things by heating. And this concept handles into iron blades and forms tools such as plowing, నాగలి and గొడ్డలి ఇవన్నీ ఎలా వస్తున్నాయి మనకి? By heating of iron they are preparing that, they are molding into another shape. So changing caused due to expansion and contraction. They are expanding by heating. Iron expanding on heating. Iron expand అవుతుంది by heating. Expand అయినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? లూజ్ అయిపోతుంది, ఆటోమేటికల్లీ లూజ్ అయిపోతుంది. At that time they can change the shape. And by contraction అంటే గట్టిగా అవడం, మళ్ళీ గట్టిగా అయిపోవడం. ఓకేనా? రిలాక్స్ అయిపోతే ఎక్స్పాండ్ అయిపోతుంది. సో బై హీటింగ్ ఇట్ విల్ expand means more space. The particles will be away from each other, లూజ్ అయిపోతాయి, దూరంగా వెళ్ళిపోతాయి particles. Contraction means that particles will reaches together, tight అయిపోతాయి. At that time the metal ring contracts and attains its normal size. So in that manner so many metals they are preparing. How they are preparing gold ornaments, nana? By heating only. By expansion, first they will heat and they will expand, liquid laga chesestaru, expand chestaru. So gold liquid will form, then afterwards again they will contract chestaru danni. So at that time metal malli strong అయిపోతుంది, tied together. So expansion and contraction ki these are all examples. Iron, whatever the things we are using in our daily life, tools like plow, axe and gold ornaments, silver ornaments, those all are due to the expansion and contraction by heating only. Gas expands on heating but still remains a gas. Gas expands on heating and still remains a gas. And like all other liquids, does water expands on heating and contract on cooling. Water also expands on heating and contract on cooling. And so many metals also like that. So due to that only we are getting ornaments, so many tools. And changes caused by mixing different substances. Water, sugar. And lemon juice, how we are preparing? Lemon, that lemon liquid we are pouring into water and some sugar we are adding, then lemon juice will get. Salt solution also we can, by dissolving salt into water we are getting salt solutions. So these are all the things about this lesson, Anna. And next lesson I'll select, okay na? Are you listening, Kaushik? Kaushik, are you there? Respond me. Yes, why you are not giving answer to me? Okay. Now we'll discuss properties of mixtures. Your voice is coming in videos also. Very nice to listen that. Yes, separation of substances. This one also some only I explained you. Okay, na? Some only I explained you. That lesson okay for you now? All those answers and examples according to that. That is very easy lesson, Anna. You can write your own examples. So many examples you can write from that by reading that also. Okay, na? Now it is clear for you. Conditions needed for that changes, which are favorable to change, and what are those, how can we expand, and how can we change the gold ornaments, silver ornaments, and so many tools, metallic tools we are using in our daily life, those are also due to the expansion and contraction again. Plastic items also in that manner we are, pet bottles and these all plastic bottles, plastic mugs, we do so many items we are using in our life by expansion and contraction method. We are changing the shape of those objects and we are using according to our needs. So and next one is separation of substances. To remove non-useful harmful components and to get useful components and to obtain fewer samples. So in this manner, for this purpose, we have to separate substances in our daily life. For example, peas are removed from their pods. Yes, non-useful things we are removing and useful we are taking. Raw rice. Yes, raw rice. How we are getting? By rice mills and all. We are removing that extra, that peels and all we are removing. And through some so many things we are getting like that only. And how we are getting corn seeds, corn, sweet corn, the extra we are removing from that extra things we are removing, and we are getting the original substances, pure samples we are getting. And to get useful components, curd is for example milk, cream we are removing from the milk, and separately we are getting buttermilk. Okay, and it separates into butter and buttermilk also. Curd we are churned at that time, we are that by mixer also we can do curd milk, sorry, buttermilk, we can butter to buttermilk, it separates into butter, and then butter to buttermilk also we can get useful components taking out from that. Yes, how we are getting ghee? By taking cream from the milk, and then afterwards we are butter we are boiling, we are eating, then we'll get ghee. So in that manner, useful products we are taking from milk. So many products we are taking from milk. That is to get the useful components is that. And the next one is to obtain fewer samples. Many times so many unnecessary impurities will be there. So some, for example, stones mixed in rice. We have to remove that stones. Impurities we have to remove. Okay, na? By boiling of water, impurities we can remove. And what is that distillation process, Nana? We are getting distilled water. By boiling and evaporated collection of water, we are selecting into another conical flask. So impurities are left in that only. Impurities we are removing. And for tea to tea powder, how we are separating daily in our daily life, we can by using a sieve. With the help of a sieve, we are removing that the powder. Yes, and we are getting only liquid, solid we are removing by sieving method. So in that manner, impurities we are removing. Yes, separation process. Why we need to remove impurities? To separate seeds from the fiber, seeds from the fiber, cotton fiber. We have to remove seeds from that first, then only cotton fiber will comes, and fiber to fabric we are getting, cotton cloths we are wearing. But we have first we have to remove what? Seeds alage unte cotton fiber ostunda manaki, fabric ostunda? No, first we have to remove seeds. Yes, in that manner we have to remove. Separation needed for us in our daily life, separation is most important. Pure substances, the substances made up of only one kind is known as pure, Nana, only one kind. For example, sugar and common salt. How those are? Pure sugar and pure salt. And most chemicals used in laboratory are pure. Whatever the chemicals we are using in labs, those are also pure substances which are exist in our environment. Mercury also, I think mercury you observed anywhere else? Mercury, in thermometers, in clinical thermometers they will use mercury. That is also pure substance which is existing in atmosphere. Whatever we are getting from the nature, these all are the elements we are getting. Gold and all we are getting from the nature only. Yes, from the atmosphere, from the surroundings, and from the underground. All the times we are getting all those from the ores and all, we are collecting that metals from the soil only actually. So in that manner we are getting all those, the peels are thrown away, and in that manner we have to remove impurities to obtain useful and edible parts. Whatever necessary, those only we are collecting from that, and unnecessary we are throwing out. So for that, separation is most important. And mixture means combination of one or two substances. For example, we are collecting uh, a sample of vegetables. Okay, a group of a sample of vegetables. In that, tomatoes, yes, potatoes we have, onions we have, and these lady's finger we have. How can we separate? That is a mixture of vegetables. Yes, mixture of vegetables. By hand picking we can separate those. Tomatoes we can separate by hand picking, taking with hand. So in that manner we can separate. And what are the properties of mixtures? Component of mixture may be mixed in equal proportion. That means Same 4 tomatoes, 4 brinjals, like that also we can mix. Or improper means tomatoes are 2 kgs, brinjals are only 1/4 of kg, pav kg. Okay na? So in that manner also we can mix in a mixture, and invalid components from that mixture retain their own properties. Yeah, individual components have their own properties. For example, tomatoes are having different properties, brinjals are having different properties. For example, if we mixed two types of grains, red gram dal, kandipappu, and then at the same time green gram dal, okay, pesarpappu. If we mix it, all those are having different properties. Yes, by look, by external look, those are different. Internally, whatever the amount of proteins, vitamins, and such a amount they have, different proportions they have. So in that manner, mixture lo maniki different contents, components, different properties than untai. These components can be separated from the mixture by a simple process. We can separate by simple process, or else sometimes complicated process also. And here types of mixtures. Two types, Nana, homogeneous and heterogeneous we can observe. Homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. For example, milk and air are homogeneous. Yes, uh, air and homogeneous mixtures. For example, water mixed in milk, water mixed in milk, that is completely we cannot see. Water separately we cannot observe, milk separately we can observe as a particles. So at that time we can say what, that is homogeneous mixture, homogeneous mixture. And if we homogeneous only, if we mix some salt in water, it will be dissolved completely. Water, salt, dissolve completely, we cannot observe the there is a salt. While we taste at that time only we can get that is salt water, that is sugar water, we cannot see separately. The sugar particles we cannot see, that those are all comes under homogeneous mixtures. And coming to the heterogeneous mixtures, heterogeneous mixture means if we mix some sand or some stones into the water, we can observe that stones separately, those are not completely mixed. Or else if we pour whatever, some fruits we grapes we collected, and dry fruits we collected, and if we put that into water, or put if we keep those, if we pour that into milk, we can separately we can observe those all are fruits are there in that milk. Yes. And oats we mix in milk, we can see separately, completely not mixed, completely dissolvable, separately we can see those. So these all are comes under heterogeneous mixtures. Separately the substances, two types of components, two types of grains we mixed, we can observe by look, those are heterogeneous. We cannot identify by look, those are comes under homogeneous. చూడంగానే అందులో మిక్చర్ అని చెప్పలేకపోవడం, those all are comes under homogeneous. By look only we can say those are comes under heterogeneous mixtures. So in that manner we can understand. And for separation of these all kinds of mixtures, we need so many methods, sometimes simple methods and sometimes difficult methods. Hand picking method means by hands only we have to separate. And sieving means jallada pattadam. Okay na? Separate a mixture in which components are different sizes, components of different sizes. So by doing this we can separate flour and for example sugar or dal mixed into grains mixed into wheat flour, we have to sieve it, and any dust particles, extra size particles we can get on that sieve, and the remaining flour will come into that, it passes through that sieve and will get flour separate and that bigger particles separate out. And here activity 3 what they given, to understand that sieving is used when components of a mixture have different size. And sieve a chalk powder flour, is it possible, Nana? Chalk powder we cannot separate it out. And procedure, we cannot separate the mixture of chalk powder and flour using a sieve. With the help of sieve, can we separate like that? So here we can separate only two types of things. What are those? Liquid and solid. And the size of the particles must be different. ఒకటి పెద్దగా ఒకటి చిన్నగా ఉన్నప్పుడే we can separate those. For example, sand, big size sand mix అయితే then we can separate out like that. And some worms also there on the top of that sieve, sometimes flour will separate because of size. size will be different. Size should be different, then only we can sieve. And chalk powder and wheat flour, we cannot separate those by sieving method. So another one is threshing. This is the process of beating out a grains of from the stalks in the is known as threshing. Threshing means, for example, rice plantation, rice crops. After harvesting, harvesting means kotal అయిపోయిన తర్వాత, how can they separate? For that sticks only, small smaller rice sticks ki manaki rice anedi ఉంటుంది, those. How can we separate those crops? Paddy, how can we separate from that? By threshing method. And dals and all, how we are getting separated out? With the help of animals, making animals such as bullocks and buffaloes. Due to that, they will carried on that crops, వాటి మీద నడిపిస్తారనమాట. Then what will happen? That extra will be removed and grains will remove from that grass. In that manner we can separate out extra layers, and covered on that we can remove in that manner. So wheat crops, how they'll separate, Nana? Threshing of wheat. Other crops is carried out by making animals such as bullocks. Animals tone bullocks laga chesesi vaati minchi tokkistaru. So at that time we can separate out. And nowadays tractors and all we are using, machinery is there. And threshing means that చెరుకు బండి, చెరుకు రసం తాగినవా ఎప్పుడైనా? You drunk? There how they will remove, how they will remove liquid from that stick stem. Yes, sugarcane stem. They are doing some machinery lo petti, then they will remove that water from that. So that is also comes under threshing, Nana. Those all are comes under threshing. And how we are nowadays we are having that machinery only for harvesting. But before this process, yes, ఈ మనకి హార్వెస్టింగ్ మిషనరీ రాకముందు, బిఫోర్ నార్మల్ మ్యాన్ పవర్ తో చేసినప్పుడు దే విల్ కట్ ఫస్ట్, అండ్ ఆఫ్టర్వర్డ్స్ విత్ ద హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ ట్రాక్టర్స్ అండ్ bullocks they will remove that all grass from that, and grain separately, grass separately, they will do like that. So after that winnowing, Nana, after threshing, winnowing they will do. Winnowing means at a certain height the person will stand, and from the top of that they will pour. More wind is needed for this, more wind is needed. Husk will separate out and grain will separate out. But with the help of this we cannot remove some impurities, stones and all also will come. So after winnowing, separation of that by hand picking method is needed, Nana. After winnowing, separation of impurities from that with hand picking method is also needed. Threshing and winnowing are techniques in agricultural practices mainly. Threshing first they needed, then afterwards winnowing for removing husk. Okay, certain height of the distance they will stand farmers to separate grains. Generally used, farmer allows the mixture of grain and husk to fall from the height. To fall from the height, the grains being heavier fall vertically to the ground, and husk will be being lighter, light in weight. Husk దుమ్ము అనేది లైట్ వెయిట్ లో ఉంటుంది కదా, that will be a side కి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది, and grains will be straightly reached to the ground. So in that manner we can understand. Here sedimentation and decantation is also there for you. Sedimentation is the method for separating insoluble solid from the liquid. How can we separate? Some mud particles and sand particles mixed in water, those are insoluble. How can we remove? So we can separate liquid, yes, after certain time. Yes, by occurring method complete separation is not possible. In this manner we cannot remove complete separation, but we can separate. పేరుకున్న తర్వాత mud will be reached to the bottom of that container, and water we can remove from that. And decantation means mud removing from the water. How can we remove mud? Mud we have to collect, yes, and when the mixture this decantation process is getting paneer, Nana. Paneer how we are getting? Liquid without disturbing sediment is known as decantation. Clear liquid without disturbing sediment. So we are taking out, you know that paneer method, paneer how they are preparing, you know, that is also example for decantation. Here mud process only they explained, without disturbing mud, that is small content of smooth mud we can collect from that water. We filter with the help of filter paper, we remove that mud. Yes, and పేరుకున్న తర్వాత తీయొచ్చు. At the same time అట్లా మనం mud separate చేయొచ్చు, liquid separate చేయొచ్చు. These all are comes under sedimentation and decantation. And one more example I want to tell you on this paneer. How we are getting మిల్క్ పాడ్ చేస్తారు ఫస్ట్, దెన్ ఆఫ్టర్వర్డ్స్ దాంట్లో ఉన్న వాటర్ కంటెంట్ మొత్తం రిమూవ్ చేసేసి ఓన్లీ సాలిడ్ కంటెంటే తీస్తారు నాన్న, కంప్లీట్ సాలిడ్ కంటెంట్, డ్రై అండ్ మోర్ డ్రై దే విల్, అండ్ సింగిల్ డ్రాప్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ కూడా లేకుండా కంప్లీట్ గా రిమూవ్ చేస్తే విల్ గెట్ దట్ పన్నీర్. ఓకే, సాలిడ్ కంటెంట్ పన్నీర్ ఫ్రమ్ మిల్క్ ఓన్లీ వీఆర్ గెట్టింగ్, యు నో దట్, తెలుసా? సో దే ఆర్ రిమూవింగ్ వాటర్ వితౌట్ డిస్టర్బింగ్ సాలిడ్ వేస్ట్ కాకుండా వాటర్ ని రిమూవ్ చేస్తారనమాట. సో లైక్ ఫిల్టర్ పేపర్ లాగా ఒక క్లాత్ లో పోస్తారు ఆ మిల్క్, then they will remove water content from that, then solid content they'll collect out, that is paneer. So in that manner we can understand that one. Filtration means filtering out insoluble impurities with filter paper. Laboratory filter paper చూసినావా ఎప్పుడైనా? Very small, very teeny holes are there on that filter papers, so we can remove insoluble contents from the liquid in that manner. And here some more thing they have given, immiscible and miscible liquids. So immiscible means liquid which do not mix with each other. Two liquids. Immiscible means this is about liquids. For example, kerosene mixed in water. Can we observe that one? Yes, it is easy to understand, easy to observe. It will be float on that water, it cannot mix in that. So if we mix two liquids, we can identify kerosene mixed in that, మనకు తెలిసిపోయేలా కనిపిస్తుంది అనుకోండి, those all are immiscible liquids. For example, water mixed in milk, we cannot identify, that is miscible means completely solute, రెండు liquids completely గా mix అయిపోయాయి అనుకో, we cannot identify, so those are miscible. Immiscible means which do not mix each other are called immiscible. So kerosene and oil mixed in water, so how can we separate immiscible liquids? ఇప్పుడు kerosene water లో పడింది అనుకోండి, how can we separate that one? So here for that filtration is the process we have to use in this manner. This is the method to separate two immiscible liquids. So after that filtration technique, this is also one experiment based on that. Here the term I used filtration. So because here we are filtering water from the kerosene, yes, or else oil from the kerosene. Here they have used palm oil, Anna. So glass tumbler means a glass made up of glass, and water we have to take some amount of palm oil, 2 beakers we needed, and a separating funnel we have to use. And procedure, take about half a cup of water in a glass tumbler. Half a cup of water we have to take first. Then what we have to do, Nana? Add some half a cup of palm oil into it, and we can identify that is immiscible or miscible, Nana? Immiscible. It is not completely mixed. That yellow color content is showing here. See, screen is visible to you. Do the liquids mix with each other? No. So these are immiscible liquids. And how can we separate? Clean. Next, take a clean beaker and place it below the separating funnel. Open the stop clock and allow water to drain out into the beaker. Allow water drain out into. Here see, Nana, stop coke, not stop clock. Here stop coke means here we have to separate those water. So in this manner, what will happen by using this small stopcock, drops like water will leak into the this glass beaker. So fresh water will come out. So on the top, the floated material is palm oil. Floated substance, palm oil will remains there only. So by removing this up to it reaches to that yellow color point, palm oil point కి వచ్చిన తర్వాత stop చేయాలన్నా. We have to stop this cock. Until that we have to remove. So water we have to, why we have to use here transparent thing only we have to use, because immiscible means we can identify, so we can separate that will that oil will float on that water lo float avutundi kada. So ekkadi variki float avutundo akkadi variki manaku stop cock aapeste on the top of that is Palm oil only. So in that manner we can separate kerosene, petrol mixed in water and palm oil mixed in water. In that manner we can separate. Okay, this is also a type of filtration only. Okay now, is it okay for you this experiment? How can we separate immiscible liquids? By using a stopcock technique. 2 beakers we have to use, and we can fix with a retard stand to these beakers. In this flask we have to do separating funnel we are calling this one as separating funnel, containing a mixture of oil and water. This one we are calling as separating funnel. So this equipment should have a small hole on that bottom, okay na, in this manner. And this is most important here. This equipment is important. Separating funnel is important here, okay na. And the next one is stopcock means something on a pipe. Here they have given definition for stopcock. Something on a pipe that you turn to stop or start the flow of liquid. Flow of liquid ni start చేసుకోవడానికి అక్కడ మనకి whatever the needed equipment అనేది ఉండాలి. The arrangement should be like that, by using that, like tap, open and close. So in that manner we can understand. Evaporation means by boiling we can evaporate water. Water to water vapor is evaporation, changing of liquid to gas. Process of changing liquid changes into gas is called evaporation. And the salt, how we are getting from the sea salt. Seas, how we are getting salt, they will prepare in that textbook I explained you at that time. They will make a pan, under that they will pour some amount of salt water, and after a sunny day, those water will evaporate, pure water will evaporate, and only salt content will be remains there. And this process also by crystallization we can separate. How can we separate salt from salt water? By crystallization. We have to boil that water, complete evaporation. After, only crystals of solid will remains on the bottom of that, okay, bottom of that container. After boiling, crystals of salt will be there. Sugar water also we can do like that, salt water. In that manner we can get pure water will evaporate and salt will remains in the bottom. Small amount we cannot separate, but larger amount of salt mixed in water, sea salt, how we are separating? By that method only. So salt pans they will use, and after a sunny day that water will evaporate completely and salt will remains on that pans, and after dry up they will collect that salt. So in that manner we can understand that one, okay na. And here distillation also I explained at that day. Distillation, what is distillation? Getting distilled water. How we are distillation is the process of evaporating collection of water we are condensing back to a funnel, that is distilled water, pure water. And here solution, Anna, what about solution? The mixture of solid and liquid, completely dissolved one is called as solution, and solute and solvent. Water is solvent or solute? Substance is dissolved in water, that is called as solute. Solvent is water, Nana, don't get confused. Solution ante anything mixed and dissolved, that is completely called as solution. Under that we are pouring some sugar, that sugar ni solute anali, water ni solvent anali, or milk ni solvent anali, sugar ni solute anali, don't get confused. Aqueous solution ante completely dissolved one. Completely dissolved వాటిని aqueous solutions అంటారు, ఓకేనా. So saturated solution and unsaturated also. The solution is said to be saturated when solvent can dissolve no more of the solute. Saturated solution means solvent can dissolve no more of the solute at a particular temperature. Here saturated means what ante, ఇప్పుడు మిల్క్ బాయిల్ చేసేసావు నాన్న కంప్లీట్లీ, అండ్ యూ స్టాప్డ్ దట్ వన్ బాయిలింగ్. స్టాప్ చేసిన తర్వాత బిఫోర్ యూ యాడెడ్ సమ్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ షుగర్, అండ్ ఆఫ్టర్ ఆల్సో యూ కెన్ యాడ్ సమ్ షుగర్ ఎట్ దట్ టెంపరేచర్ ఓన్లీ, ఓకేనా. కూల్ చేయకుండా ఆర్ హీట్ చేయకుండా, ఈజ్ ఇట్ మెల్టెడ్ ఆర్ నాట్, దట్ వన్ ఈజ్ సాచురేటెడ్ సొల్యూషన్. These definitions are most important, okay na. Saturated solution is said to be saturated when solvent can dissolve no more of solute. కంప్లీట్గా డిజాల్వ్ అవ్వాలి, కొంచెం ఇప్పుడిప్పుడే అవ్వాలి, మళ్ళీ అది ఎప్పుడో చేసి పెట్టింది కాదు. అది ఎందుకు ఇప్పుడే అవ్వాలని చెప్తున్నాను, టెంపరేచర్ ఇప్పుడైతే ఒకేటే ఉంటుంది, ఆఫ్టర్ సర్టెన్ టైం టెంపరేచర్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది కదా. వితౌట్ చేంజింగ్ టెంపరేచర్ డిజాల్వింగ్ సొల్యూట్ ఇంటూ సాల్వెంట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ సాచురేటెడ్ సొల్యూషన్. అర్థమైందా? వితౌట్ చేంజింగ్ టెంపరేచర్, దట్ మే బి హయ్యర్ ఆర్ కూలర్, ఇన్స్టెంట్ ఇప్పుడే వేసి కరిగించేస్తాం నాన్న, ఇప్పుడే వేసాం, బాయిల్ చేయలేదు అండ్ ఎప్పుడో 1 hour క్రితం వేసి పెట్టలేదు. నవ్ ఓన్లీ వి మిక్స్డ్ అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ డిజాల్వ్డ్, దట్ ఈస్ సాచురేటెడ్ సొల్యూషన్. ఓకేనా? Unsaturated means when the solvent is capable of dissolving more of solute and then it is already contains at the same temperature. So solution is said to be unsaturated when the solvent is capable of dissolving more solute. And ఇప్పుడే వేసామని చెప్తున్నాను కదా, ఆ టెంపరేచర్లో ఇంకా అది డిజాల్వ్ చేసుకోలేదు, మరీ హాట్గా ఉన్నాయనుకోండి దాన్ని అన్సాచురేటెడ్ అంటాం. ఎందుకంటే ఇంకో 1 kg ఆఫ్ షుగర్ పోసినా కూడా డిజాల్వ్ అయ్యే స్టేజ్లో ఉందనుకోండి, దట్ ఈస్ అన్సాచురేటెడ్. జస్ట్ నౌ ఇప్పుడే కరిగింది, ఇంకా అంతకు మించి అది చేయలేదు, ఇంకా క్రిస్టల్స్ ఇప్పుడు వేస్తే ఇంకా కరగవు అంటే దట్ ఈస్ సాచురేటెడ్. ఇంకా 1 kg పోసినా కూడా కరిగించుకుంటుంది అనుకోండి, మోర్ టెంపరేచర్, సో దోస్ ఆర్ కమ్స్ అండర్ అన్సాచురేటెడ్ సొల్యూషన్స్. ఓకేనా? సూపర్ సాచురేటెడ్ అంటే more and more carbonated water is an example of super saturated, contains more of the solute that could be dissolved by the solvent under normal conditions. ఎంత వేసినా ఇలా వేయంగానే అలా కరిగిపోయింది అనుకోండి, దట్ ఈస్ సూపర్ సాచురేటెడ్ సొల్యూషన్. అంటే కొంచెం కరిగించుకుంటే దట్ ఈస్ సాచురేటెడ్, అండ్ ఇంకా మోర్ క్వాంటిటీ ఆఫ్ సొల్యూట్ ఈస్ capable to dissolve means that is unsaturated. సూపర్ సాచురేటెడ్ మీన్స్ ఇంకా కంటిన్యూస్గా వేస్తానే ఉంటే కరిగిపోతానే ఉందనుకోండి, దోస్ ఆల్ ఆర్ కమ్స్ అండర్ సూపర్ సాచురేటెడ్ సొల్యూషన్స్. సో ఇన్ దట్ మేనర్ ఈ డెఫినేషన్స్ నువ్వు బై హార్ట్ చేయి. ఓకేనా? సాచురేటెడ్, అన్సాచురేటెడ్, సూపర్ సాచురేటెడ్, దెన్ యూ కెన్ గెట్ clarity from that. So this is about this lesson. These all we have